Welcome to the channel, guys. We are back again, and today we're back for another top 10 list. Yes, another top 10 list, and this is the top 10 most versatile designer fragrances, so stay tuned for that. And if you like fragrance reviews, cologne comparisons, and top 10 lists, hit that subscribe button for more great content. So I thought I would do this list because I just did recently do the top 10 niche fragrances. Made a lot of sense to do a designer list as well to sort of give my thoughts on what I think is really versatile. So the way I've done this one is that there are some fragrances that are going to be great all year round. There's some that are a little more versatile in the spring, summer, and some that are going to be better for the fall, winter. But in those seasons, I think they're very versatile as well. And I am going to just throw out a honorable mention, of course, to Bleu de Chanel as well as Sauvage. Both of those fragrances actually I do really enjoy. Love Bleu de Chanel a little bit more than Sauvage, but both are great versatile fragrances, but of course they're also very, very expected. So I'm going to put those in honorable mentions, and without further ado, we are going to get into the list. The first one is actually a Dior. This is going to be spring, fall, maybe even winter, but also very versatile, and it is fairly new. It's from the Privé line, and that is Spice Blend. So I've decided recently, especially, I feel like private blends are not really a different brand. It's the same brand, it's the same house, and so Dior is a designer, so it should be on the designer list. That's just my personal opinion on the matter, but Spice Blend is a really good fragrance. I really do enjoy it. Now, it's not like groundbreaking or anything, yes, that's fair to say, but it is one that's easy to wear, very easy to wear when the temperature's a little bit cooler, and it's good to wear anytime. It's a nice sort of blend of spices, very high quality smelling, with a nice bay rum accord, which smells really nice. Adds a little bit of booziness into the opening. And that element of class does mean to me that you can easily wear it in a more upscale situation, but it also works well casually because it's not overly luxurious feeling. It's not overly opulent where it may seem a little strange if you're just chilling to wear something like that. So that is the first on the list. Now the next one is an oldie, but it's a goodie. And I actually just did recently find this bottle again in my collection. I wanted to include it just because, you know, it's been talked about a lot, but people don't talk about it as much. And it is, I think, the most sold fragrance on Amazon, and that is Nautica Voyage. So this one you can get for like 10 bucks, 15 bucks, but it still gets the job done really well. This one, of course, is going to be better in the spring, summer, but if you're going to be inside in a climate-controlled environment, of course, it also works very well in the fall, winter. Very inoffensive, so it's easy to wear to the office. It's easy to wear to a little bit more of a formal occasion, but it's relaxed enough that you can wear it, you know, if you're just out and about, if you're just hanging out, if you're playing sports, whatever. You know, it is that nice aquatic vibe. I like to joke and say this is like, or Roses on Ice is the niche version of Nautica Voyage, only because of that cucumber note. And you know what? I think there's like a vague similarity there, maybe because they're both kind of aquatic, but I should at some point do a side-by-side to actually see how similar they actually are, to see if the joke holds any merit. But this is a good one. Performance not that great, you know, 4 to 6 hours, but again, with a $10 fragrance, $15 fragrance, especially one that is so easy to wear and so mass appealing as this one, I definitely don't see any problem whatsoever with paying that price. Next one, we're going to go into the One EDP. Now, a lot of people think about this as a date fragrance, and I do too. That seems to be the general tendency that I get from this one, but it's also very versatile in the sense that you can wear this one pretty much anytime because it is such a smooth, likable fragrance. So of course, tobacco, amber, and just that very sort of aromatic, high quality smell. There's like a hint of sweetness in there too that just makes it a little bit delicious, I gotta say. And, you know, it just has this really great versatile quality. And personally, I've worn this one to work. You know, I've worn this one out. And for fall, winter, this is a versatile king. You can wear it anytime you want to. So fantastic fragrance right there. So we're now into the number 6 spot. And that goes to none other than the famous Acqua di Gio Profumo. Now, Profondo, I think, is better for spring, summer. if you want my opinion, because I know Profondo is fairly new and a lot of people like it, and I actually really, really enjoy it. But for year-round, any occasion, I think Profumo is better. It's better because it's better for formal occasions. It's better in the colder weather. It has a hint of that maturity while still having that nice freshness. That makes it a very easy-to-wear fragrance pretty much anytime. Most people tend to like this one. I did get this one from someone in the community, sold me a great price on this, so I will say not everybody likes this fragrance, but it is a likable fragrance nonetheless. Now, I had something else for fall winter, so I've got another one that I think is nice and versatile in that regards, and that is Tom Ford Noir de Noir. Now, I know that's going to sound a little bit crazy to people, but I think for fall winter, it's one that can easily be worn just about any time. It has a little bit of a dark, mysterious quality, so I think it's easy to wear in a formal occasion. It has some mysteriousness, which also makes it nice for a date. And I've worn this one to work. I've worn it, when I'm out and about. And I mean, unless you're going to be, I guess, doing something like going to the gym, so it's not super versatile in that regards. It might be a little off in the gym, but barring that kind of situation, I feel like you can actually wear this one and pull it off if you like this fragrance, if it works with you very easily and very, very well. So this is one that I think a lot of people might overlook as a versatile fragrance. And I really wanted to include a Tom Ford. I thought about something like Grey Vetiver, but I'm not the hugest fan of Grey Vetiver, believe it or not. And I know a lot of people know that one, and it was probably to be expected because it is probably a more versatile fragrance, I would say, year-round, but Noir de Noir is a nice pick. It's different, and, I really like it. The next one is one that I have no problem shilling for all the time, and that is Terre d'Hermès Eau Très Fraîche. Now, the original Terre d'Hermès is also quite versatile, but I feel like the Eau Très Fraîche is a little bit more versatile because it's going to do really well as well in the warm weather. So you can wear this one definitely in the heat. It has a little bit of an aquatic opening. It still has that Terre d'Hermès DNA, has that nice sort of dirty, zesty orange in it. And it also has a nice vetiver backbone. So it does have all of those qualities that a lot of people like from Terre d'Hermès. It's a little bit more likable, I find, too, because it's a little bit fresher and a little bit lighter. And it also makes it a little bit more wearable all the time. Terre d'Hermès, also very versatile, and I think more versatile, it would do better fall winter. But this one is spring summer, and I think you could definitely wear this fall winter. If you're outdoors and it's freezing out, this one may not do so well. But I will say, very versatile and very nicely put together fragrance. I do enjoy this one. Now, I think I have 4 left. I'm hoping I got 4 left because I got 4 fragrances left to talk about, and we are going to start off with Bulgari Man Wood Neroli. This is another fresh fragrance, and I find that honestly fresh fragrances are some of the most versatile fragrances. So there are a lot of freshness in this fragrance list, but Wood Neroli is kind of like 4711 or Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. It has that really nice prickly Neroli vibe, a little bit watery feeling, very fresh, uplifting, nice woody dry down, very easy to wear, very inexpensive, and I think you can wear this one anytime. There's something about this woody dry down that, to me, it makes it something that's definitely wearable for a suit. And the freshness, the lightness really makes it a little bit more easy to wear on those casual occasions. So it does hit all the right spots, and it is a fantastic fragrance in my opinion. Nice one. I do prefer it spring summer, I will say that. It's much more versatile in those situations, but as with anything, especially if you're indoors a lot in the colder weather, easy to wear this one. Easy for the office anytime, like that is just an easy versatile fragrance. The next one, another one I feel like there will be some disagreement, and that's because this is a bit of a polarizing fragrance. So this is one that has to work with your personality, and that of course is Encre Noire Sport. Now, I do like this one because it has this aquatic inky vibe, especially in the opening, and it dries down with this nice sort of marshy vetiver. And it even turns a little bit soapy, I find, in the dry down, but I picked the Sport because it's far more versatile. It's strong enough that you can wear it in the fall, winter. but it is also a little bit lighter, and because it does have that sort of aquatic vibe, it does get a little bit marshy, and it does have a little bit of a soapiness in the dry down. This one also works really well in the spring and summer. Now, like I said, this is a bit of a polarizing fragrance. So a lot of people don't like this one, and I will say that it's also the easiest to wear. So, you know, it's not as earthy, it's not as dirt-like as the Al Extreme or even the original. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot easier to like, and so it's also going to be a little bit more mass appealing. It is a little bit dark, so you kind of have to have a mood or a personality that goes along with that sort of dark, sort of mysterious feel that this one has. But if you're able to pull this one off, and if you enjoy it, you know what, it's a really, really great fragrance, and it's a good price. I think I paid, it was either $25 or $35 for 100 ml, and honestly, that's great. Plus, you can't, I don't know if you can see it from here, but the juice is actually a sort of a bluey color, which is pretty cool. I do like that about it. Anyways, very versatile. I think all year round, any occasion it works, as long as this is a fragrance that works with your personality. So that's going to be the big thing with pulling this one off. Now, number 2. So that fragrance is Zaharoff Pour Homme. Now this fragrance is a very versatile fragrance, and in fact, I think it could easily be a signature scent. This is one of those fragrances that, you know, it is definitely more well suited for somebody who's a little bit more mature, but this has this really nice aromatic, fresh fougere vibe in it, especially in the opening. The opening, I definitely consider it a little bit more retro. Some people might say that it's dated, but the one thing that makes this actually very modern is that there's oud in the dry down. And it does get this very nice woody quality in the dry down. It's very robust, very enigmatic or very mysterious. And it does add a very nice dimension to it. And that's one of the things about this fragrance. So this was originally formulated a long time ago. And that's why maybe the opening is, you know, not for everybody, or it does feel a little bit more retro. But it had oud in it when fragrances didn't really have oud in them. I think maybe this was right around the time M7 had come out. So George Zaharoff, he was talking about this one time on a live stream. And so since it's become a lot more mainstream to have these kinds of fragrances with oud in them, it definitely makes this fragrance a lot more of a modern classic. Still relevant today, still makes sense today, doesn't feel too dated or anything like that, but it does have a mature vibe, and this is easily one I think you can wear anytime all year round. So it has that freshness in the opening, spring, summer, it does work. That woodiness, that power that really does push through is going to make it also work for the fall, winter, and really any occasion. It's classy, so you can wear it to the office, you can wear it to formal occasions, but again, it is a little bit fresh and a little bit playful. So it does work in other occasions as well, more casually or when you're going out. Really fantastic. Now, the next one, and one I recently just picked up, and it was on my list to pick up this year, and that is Allure Homme Sport. I think the reason that I didn't pick this one up sooner is that it's very hard to find Chanel on discount. And that is very frustrating because you can find so many things on discount. And you know, I probably could have tried to search the groups for it. Somebody might have been able to sell it, but the price for a 50 ml, and honestly for me, a 50 ml is going to take a long time to use because I have a lot of other fragrances. So 50 ml is not that expensive from Chanel, and at least I know it's going to be real because Chanel is probably the most faked brand that there is. So I kind of prefer to get it retail when I can, if I can't find it from a very reliable secondhand person. But this one really, really nice. Has this very nice, fresh, orangey vibe. I do get a little bit of aquatics. It's not overly aquatic, but there's something in this that gives us this jelly-like vibe that honestly, it feels like, I mean, smelling this fragrance, I can understand how Bleu de Chanel really came to exist, because there is something with this Chanel DNA that definitely transfers to Bleu de Chanel. Now, it doesn't smell the same at all, but there is this sort of jelly kind of vibe that is reminiscent for me of Bleu de Chanel. But this one, nice, beautiful orange. There is something in this one which does give me a little bit of a lemony vibe, and it's very nice, very creamy, very mass appealing, very easy to wear, easy to pull off fragrance. So You know, ultimately, I think this is a really good one. I think a lot of people sleep on this one in favor of the O Extreme, but I personally prefer this. The O Extreme is just, it's a little too much for me, but I do enjoy the nice tonka sweetness along with the orange. Gives it this nice creamy vibe in the dry down that's very sensual. And so it also really works in a lot of those date situations because it has that vibe, but it is of course a Chanel, so it's quality, you know, it's mass appealing. You can wear it to work, you can wear it when you're going out, you can wear it to a formal occasion as well, and generally speaking, nobody's really gonna bat an eyelash because this is probably one of the most versatile fragrances of all time. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Leave a comment down below. What is your most versatile designer fragrance of all time? And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.